Another day begins. Work continues.
From now on, I'll be head in this market. Every leg that steps inside this market must buy from me. Anyone that enters here must follow my rule. Anybody I collect change from his or her shop, all the money they make that day will enter my cardboard. As I pack this sand from the market, so shall all the customers and all the money in this market be mine.
Something is not right in this market.
Oga, come by!
Madam, check this one.
Original price! Customer, come here!
Every day, this market is filled with noise, movement, and struggle. From morning till night, people come here with one purpose: to survive, to make money, to feed their families. But what many of them don't know is this: this market is not as ordinary as it looks, because when the sun goes down and darkness takes over, something else wakes up. Anyachi was one of the many traders in that market, a hard-working young woman struggling every single day to make ends meet. From morning till evening, she sat in her shop waiting and hoping, but no customer came, not even one. God, even if it is just one person, she whispered. But the day ended just like the others, empty. But in that same market, there was someone else. Her name was Imiri. Nobody knew where she came from, nobody knew where she lived, but every single day she was always there, selling. Sometimes she sold wigs, sometimes makeup tools, sometimes okrika clothes, sometimes food items. Sometimes she even made people's hair like a professional hairdresser, and her prices were always very cheap, too cheap. Because of that, customers rushed her. Everybody liked her, everybody bought from her. But what nobody knew was that Imiri had been dead for over 5 years. Every night, after the market closed and everyone went home, Imiri did not go back like others. Instead, she walked slowly to the burial ground. She would sit quietly on her grave, arranging her goods, preparing for the next day's market. And every day, Anyachi watched her. Something about Imiri did not feel right. Not far from Anyachi's shop, Chief Uduego, a well-known trader, was also fighting his own battle. Loss after loss, failure after failure. This market will not destroy me. I cannot continue like this, he shouted in anger. That was when a voice called him, slow, calm, and frightening. Come. He turned and saw an old woman sitting quietly in a corner of the market, surrounded by strange items, beads, calabash, powders. She looked at him like she already knew him. Your problem is not money, it is what is following you. Chief Uduego froze. What do you mean? He asked. The old woman leaned closer. If you want wealth, come to me by midnight. He laughed at first, but deep inside him, desperation was growing. As he turned to leave, she spoke again. But first, you must go to the market park and gather the sand from where people step. That night, the market became silent. No noise, no traders, just darkness. Then, suddenly, the wind began to blow, whispers filled the air, and shadows started moving. At exactly midnight, the market came alive again, but not with humans. That was the same time Chief Uduego returned. Fear was written all over him, but his mind was focused on one thing: money. He met the old woman, and she handed him a white powder. Rub this on your face so they will not see you. His hands trembled, but he obeyed. Carefully, he stepped into the market. What he saw was not normal. Strange figures moving, buying, selling, but they were not humans. Their movements were unnatural, their voices not of this world. Chief Uduego held his breath, bent down and began to pack the sand from the ground. His heart was beating fast. One of the spirits passed very close to him but did not see him. He continued, shaking until he finished. Suddenly, one shadow paused as if it sensed something. Chief froze. His breath stopped. But after a moment, the shadow moved on. That was when he ran out of the market without looking back.
You have gotten the sand from the market. Now remaining one thing. Go to that market in the middle of the night. Make sure you stand in the center, hold the pot I gave you and make a wish. You have only 15 minutes inside that market. Don't spend more than 15 minutes.
As I pack this sand from the market, so shall all the customers and all the money in this market be mine. Money I collect change from his or her shop, all the money they make that day will enter my cardboard.
The next morning, everything changed. Customers rushed his shop, money started flowing, sales increased like magic. People were shocked. Since when? How? What is his secret? Even Anyachi watched him carefully, but her eyes slowly moved to Imiri, who was smiling quietly while attending to customers. Something was wrong in that market. Later that day, Chief Uduego returned to the old woman. She gave him a bead. Wear this on your waist always. Then she warned him, no woman must touch it, and anytime you want to be with a woman, remove it. If you break this rule, you will regret it. Chief nodded, but deep inside he did not understand the danger, because sometimes the beginning of wealth is the beginning of destruction. That night, as he slept, a voice echoed in the darkness. You have started. Now the market knows your name. He woke up in fear, and far away in the silent market, the shadows were already gathering again. And somewhere in the burial ground, Imiri sat quietly on her grave, arranging her goods, waiting for morning.
I'm tired. Let me rest. Tomorrow is Eke market. I must wake early. Money does not sleep. Let me sleep just a little.